have renowned vlogger Adam Rood has entered a poker tournament at the legendary Horseshoe Casino in Tunica, Mississippi. Let's all wish him well.
Good morning, day 3 of the Tunica trip. Waiting on the bag guy here. We got some bags to check, and I think I'm gonna jump into. I think I'm gonna try something different. The cash games have been kind of mediocre, so thinking about jumping in a $200 one table sit and go. See if Daddy can bring that home. Wish me luck. Grace, you want one of these? Are you gonna move it?
It fits. I don't think it's on.
Start touching.
I think I need a key.
Oh yeah, I think you need a key. The only key I have is the one to your heart.
I changed the locks.
Change of plans. I'm jumping in the $400 ring event number 5, 6-match tournament. So let's do that instead. First break, and we are sitting okay, 25,200. My table seems to be too good to be true, so I'm gonna hopefully stay at this table for a long time. A couple key hands to report. I'm not gonna do it here on the casino floor though. Real quick, don't want to bore you guys with these hand histories, but 'tis a poker vlog. I got down to $7,700 here. 15K starting stack. I got down to that 7,700 after a missed draw with the Jack Queen on a 9-10X board and a failed bluff with Ace-9 of diamonds on a 7-high board. I got shoved on head to fold, had 7,700. Looked down 2 red kings. It's a pretty welcome sight for sore eyes, and I raised it up to 500 at the big blind, 200. We get one caller, and we go to a flop of queen, 6-7 with 1 club. The club will be relevant by the end. I make a bet of $800. I get raised to 2,200, and since I started the hand with 7,700 and I've already put in 1,300, I just shove the rest of it, and I get looked up by the queen 8 of clubs. So things are looking good. The nut low comes in on the turn, the 9 of clubs. Can't think of a worse card if you had to pick one out of the deck. Well, I suppose a queen or an 8 would have been worse, since those would make me lose. But the 9 of clubs, not a great one. But the river paired the board, and I did win that pot to get back up to like 18,000. But headed back now, 25,200, and hoping to run that up to a stack of whatever 189 times 15,000 is. All right, second break of the tournament. I'll give you a quick look at the clock here. Okay, that was the clock. I have concluded that tournaments are dumb and stupid. I already knew that, but now it's confirmed. You know, like any tournament, it's important to chip up and not down, and that's my poker advice to you: chip up and not down. But I got it up to, things were looking good, about 30,000 at big blind 500, and ran my ace king into a gentleman's ace 3. and he didn't do anything wrong. Can't fold an ace six-handed. And flopped an ace, and he turned a 3. We played, not for all the money, but I lost, 15,000 or so in that hand. So that plus some others, and we're sitting at second break, going into big blind 800, and I have 10,000. 10,200. Look at that hair. Woo! Grace playing cash and she's losing, which is rare for her, especially on this trip. Anyway, we can go back to our tables. I hope no one steals my 4 chips. I'm gonna go back and hopefully I will run it up like this and not. That would be good. So I realized while I was editing this that I didn't put in a key hand that is kind of crucial to the tournament. Now, Jamin has a term for this. I think he calls it like the chip, or like when you drop an ice in a glass and the ice breaks and melts, and that's sort of what happened to my chip stack. So, and Jamin has a term for it when everything's going just fine and dandy like sour candy, and then doesn't go well anymore. And this hand is that in a nutshell. So I'm under the gun, and I'm dealt ace deuce of clubs, and I like to raise to 900, and we're playing 200, 400, and we are like 29, 30,000 effective. Under the gun, +1 is a 50-year-old squirrely man, and you say, Adam, what do you mean he's squirrely? Well, a dude went all in for like 16 big blinds, and he called with Jack 4 diamonds with no money invested, so he's squirrely. And then another guy over there, under the gun, +2, which in a 6-handed game is also like the cutoff. Well, hell, he calls too. So we're gonna go the pot 3 ways, because the riff-raff on the other side of the table, they all fold. So the flop is the king, the queen, and the 4. Okay? Now this is the most important decision I think I make in the hand. I check. Yeah, I did check. And then you can argue lots of stuff. You could say, well, Adam, you should bet this flop because, kings and queens, that's gonna smoke your under the gun and raising range. Plus, you have the nut flush draw, so your hand can withstand a raise if you bet and get raised. Yeah, now all that is fine and cool and true. It's all true. But here's what I'm thinking in the spot, and you don't have to argue in the comments. I get it. Betting or check raising are fantastic options, but checking is what I did, and why I did it is this: because the guys to my left, I don't feel are tournament superstar poker playing all-stars. Okay. Maybe they are, and I'm just wrong, but I don't think so. And so they're gonna wake up with hands like King 5 and King 6, hands that play better as a 3-bet pre-flop than a call, more often than they should. And I want to be able to realize my hand, my equity, and see the 5 cards. And I don't necessarily think that thinking is flawed. So I check. The squirrely guy checks, and then down there, the undergun +2 / cutoff, he bets 2,500, and instead of check raising and building a huge pot against a hand that I think I'm probably not beating at the moment, ace high, I just want to just call. That's what I did. I know you guys might do something different. Again, I don't care. And then under the gun +1, the squirrely fellow, he calls 2. The turn card's good. The turn card is an ace, and I check. Again, you could probably lead out, but now it's kind of strange to lead out. I check, squirrely guy checks, and under the gun +2 / cutoff, he checks as well. So with the river card, now comes the 7 of diamonds. And I'm gonna go into check call mode here. Try to keep the spot small now that I have ace with the worst kicker. Now that, I did not realize my draw. And that's part of the problem when you don't play the hand really aggressive, is when you miss, you don't win. Like I could have, forcing these guys out when I had ace high wouldn't have been a huge, would have been a win, right? And now I don't have that chance. I check. Now the squirrely guy bet 7,500. Cut off. Before I can even decide what I'm gonna do, he makes the call. Well, it's super unlikely that I'm beating both of them, so I throw my hand in the muck, and the squirrely guy shows the king 7 of spades, and then the guy down there shows the king jack of clubs. So, yeah, probably, I don't know. It seems like, okay, I could have played a huge pot against king jack clubs and I would have won. Would have got it in bad to do it. Top, or a much more likely scenario is me and the King Jack of clubs would say bye-bye because it would have all gone to King 7 because he would have probably called. And you say, no, he wouldn't. He put in 16 big blinds with no dollars invested with Jack 4 of diamonds or Jack 6 of diamonds, whatever it was. So don't tell me he wouldn't have called with top pair. I don't want to hear it. He would have called with top pair. So like that ice in the glass or whatever Jamin says, so too was my chip stack. No, I was right the whole time. Poker tournaments are stupid. Look at this. Unattended poker chips. In this tournament that we're playing right here. Pulled me in the small blinds are 500 and 1,000. And I looked down at 4 or 5 diamonds, put the shove in for 10,000 total. Got called by the big blind who had ace 10 and he flopped 2 pairs. So I did turn a flush draw, but I did get eliminated. So that's that, and I'm off to see Grace. Overall, 3 days here in Tunica, and the cash games, whether I played 1-3, 2-5, or 5-10, were pretty much break even all around. I think I won a total of $200, which is neither here nor there as far as results go. And Grace, first 2 sessions, I know she won 1,000 each time. No, that first session she won like 2,000. Second session, I know she won like 1,000. And today she stuck a little bit, but overall, a good poker trip. Minus $800 in tournaments. Me and Grace each played a tournament. Overall, good trip. And didn't win the tournament, but you know what? Like my friend Derek Mozzarella Schrader says, at least I had fun. Hold on, big penis guy going by. Oh, tinted windows and loud muffler always means big penis. Think you heard me? A lot of guys stopped to say hello. Tino stopped and said, hey, Cody. What's going on, Cody? And Greg from Nashville, who convinced us to get into the 5-10 game. Shout outs to them. If you guys see me or Grace around, please feel free to say hello and we will say hi back. There was also a gentleman when I was checking in on day 1 who said hello. I didn't have my phone out, so of course I didn't take a note, but I'm 99% sure his name was George. He was a very outgoing gentleman who enjoys the vlogs, and he said, and I think he's right, and I have the best vlogs on YouTube. So, shout out to George. And if your name was not George, you can tell who this is by my description of you, right? You know who you are. 60, maybe a little bit older than 60-year-old white man in checking in with his wife and friends. So, shout out to you, George. Thanks for watching. And to everybody else who said hi, thanks, guys. I appreciate all your support. Just had dinner. I thought I'd give a proper goodbye since Grace was too busy winning more thousands of dollars. So we are peacing out from Memphis, Tunica area now. Again, if you guys like these videos, you know what to do. Thumbs up and like. The 2 most important things you can do, right, Grace?
Yep.
And that was her contribution to the vlog. So see you 1 week.
You've been down this road for far too long. He left your love behind, but still you keep on crawling back despite the pain inside. 'Cause all that I want is for you to be happy. Give me a chance to